Hello there, good evening. Welcome to Look North, our top story tonight. The Sheffield residents who fear for their health because their homes are riddled with damp and mould.
I don't know any single neighbour in this building that don't have black mould in their rooms, like really bad, serious problems of black mould.
Sheffield City Council says it's planning to invest millions of pounds in its property stock over the next 5 years. Also tonight, the candidates for the North Yorkshire mayoral election face questions from the public in the first of our series of debates. We take a tour of a revolutionary new classroom aimed to help develop life skills in people with learning difficulties at a school in Bradford.
Aunties are like judgmental, they're very pushy.
They're like a neighbourhood watch.
Some of like police, they interrogate.
And we meet the Asian aunties from Bradford, keen to pass on their culture to younger people in the community.
And I've got some rare good news after another wet day. Tomorrow will be dry, fine and warm. How about that? But what about Friday and the weekend? Join me for the very latest.
Hello, thanks for joining us this evening. First, we're going to look at an issue that we keep returning to on Look North, and that's families living in homes that are riddled with damp and mould. This is what it looks like inside one council flat in Sheffield. The woman living here says she and her children had a shower at a leisure centre for over a year due to a leaky bathroom. Residents in this building say any repairs that are done are simply a sticking plaster, and they're calling on the local authority to take more serious action. Well, the City Council says it's planning to invest millions of pounds in its property stock over the next 5 years. Phil Bodmer reports.
There was a shower or somebody using the bath, this piece of wood would get soaked. They had to open up the ceiling.
Ulma Denner's lived in this flat in Sheffield for the last 2 years, but says it's far from an ideal home. The accommodation, she says, is riddled with mould and damp.
I know the mould problem is a general problem in this building. I don't know any single neighbour in this building that don't have black mould in their rooms, like really bad, serious problems of black mould.
Alongside the impact of damp on her family's health, Almo has concerns the properties in Wind Gardens have safety defects.
This was supposed to be one of the kids' bedroom, but because of the mould, and obviously this is not safe. This is quite a big drop, if you want to record it. It's a third floor. So we decided to give them the big bedroom because it's safer.
Hule Matos lived here since 2016. She also has mould in her flat. She told us when problems are reported, remedial work is carried out too quickly, only for the issues to re-emerge a few months later.
It took them like 10 minutes to do everything yesterday. 2 bedrooms, a bathroom and corridor.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
And what did they do?
I just say, oh, you're not opening your window enough. Like, yeah, I open my windows. Ventilation, I put it on when I'm in the bathroom, but still.
What do you think needs to be done?
I think they need to demolish this house. This is not fit to anyone to live in this house.
Sheffield City Council said damp and mould is not an issue unique to Sheffield, but to all local authorities across the country. Where this is reported, for example in places like Wind Gardens, we carry out work to address this. This year, the council approved £450 million of investment over the next 5 years on improving the council's property stock as part of a 2024-2025 budget.
I'm under antidepressant.
Because of the conditions?
Yeah, of this house, to make me depressed. If sometimes I just feel like not doing anything, because I'm tired of repairing everything. Every week I'm on the phone with them, come and repair. The next day something is broken.
I would prefer to be moved, yeah, somewhere safe and somewhere I know when it snows in the winter with the flat roof it's not going to leak and have drips everywhere. And they should empty the whole building, fix it properly, make it up to living standards and then go back to, inhabiting it.
This is not the first time Look North has reported on housing conditions at Wind Gardens. For those living with it, the mould leaves emotional as well as physical scars. Phil Bodmer, BBC Look North, Sheffield.
Next night, police are continuing to question a man on suspicion of stabbing a woman to death as she pushed her baby in a pram in Bradford. 25-year-old Habiba Massam from Oldham was detained yesterday following a nationwide police search. Kalsuma Akhtar, who was 27, was attacked in Bradford city centre on Saturday afternoon. Her baby was not hurt. A 28-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after a stabbing in Sheffield. A 21-year-old man suffered multiple stab wounds in an incident in Daly yesterday evening. He's in a serious but stable condition in hospital. There are additional patrols of the area to reassure members of the community, and police are appealing for witnesses. The father of a 12-year-old girl who was killed by a young driver wants changes to driving licence rules. Alice Greenwood from Pontefract died when a speeding 18-year-old driver collided with her mother's car in 2008. Her mother and sister were seriously injured, and the driver and passenger in the other vehicle also died. Campaigners are calling for the introduction of a graduated driving licence, which would restrict things like driving at night and having similar-age passengers in the car. Now, it's something that places like Australia and Canada already do for new drivers.
For me, it's about helping young drivers to manage the transition from being a novice, inexperienced learner, but it is about helping them. We do it in lots of walks of life. We do it all over the place, where we help somebody transition from being green as grass all the way through to being experienced at whatever that might be. We want the same for young people, to help them to stay alive.
You're watching Wednesday's Look North, still to come on tonight's programme. The huge efforts to bring these tiny snails back from the brink of extinction. Now, North Yorkshire has fewer police officers per person than the national average. So, will a new mayor prioritise getting more when they're elected in May? Ahead of the mayoral elections next month, BBC Yorkshire is holding 3 debates. The first was in Selby today, where North Yorkshire candidates faced questions from the public. Our political editor James Vincent hosted.
You need a few things to hold a live debate. Turns out a lot of cameras for one. You need all the candidates there as well. But most importantly, you need a load of voters to ask them what they want from a mayor.
Hello and welcome to Selby Town Hall.
And that's exactly what Jordan did today.
Hi, I'm Jordan Thompson. I own a cheese shop here in York. It's a great place to work, but unfortunately we've been burgled 3 times in a fortnight. I'd love to know what can be done to crack down on crime.
They broke in through the window behind me, worked their way through the building, managed to get into the office, and then emptied the safe.
And the beauty of today's bit of television was that Jordan could look them directly in the eye, all 6 of them, as they gave him their answers.
Well, first and foremost, we do need more police, visible police within the community. It's my ambition, it's my manifesto pledge, and I'm pleased to say it's the Chief Constable's ambition as well, which is great news. We also need to ensure that this golden hour, this national target, is maintained. So this is an ambition or a target that's been set by the police to visit the site of a burglary within the hour of it happening.
I'm saying to victims of crime that I want North Yorkshire Police to be the UK's toughest force on burglary. I've pledged that there should be a guaranteed response to every burglary report. I also want to make sure that we have got dedicated, guaranteed, named police officers for every single community. Not only will you know their names, you will also have their email address, their telephone number, so that you can contact them directly.
I'm going to appoint somebody from a different party. I've already spoken to 2. I'm not going to give the names because it's unfair. I'm going to sort it for somebody with better qualified to be the chief, is going to be my deputy. They will look after it, the people with the right skills that understand the police, and I will support the new chief constable that's only been here 2 weeks. We've had a failing police force here and we've had some dreadful reports. Let's give this guy a chance and back him.
North Yorkshire has fewer police officers per 100,000 people than the average in England and Wales. So people in the audience wanted to know how more officers could be put on the streets.
This particular crime is actually through the back door. And a lot of it is in the front door, and we do need to really focus on retail crime. What I'd be looking at from the police in terms of making sure that there's response, there's prevention, There's an improvement in productivity. There's all this new technology out there. There's AI.
We've announced 13,000 extra police officers and PCSOs, which will be coming into our neighbourhoods, onto our streets to be able to police more and be a presence, but also invested in the other side of into the tech side of the police system, because our police now have to deal with a lot more than just what you traditionally think of a crime. They have to do such a broader range of work that they need support at the office, at the call centres and in the tech side as well, so the police can be on the street more and more and more.
If I was appointed, I will appoint a deputy, somebody from outside of North Yorkshire, somebody who most probably will have operated at operational policing, senior policing level, to do what should be done, which is to work and serve the public, but also hold the Chief Constable account. The Chief Constable is new, so he's got to have time to bed in. But North Yorkshire was politicised in 2012 when police crime commissioners were introduced.
We will go back to Jordan in the audience. You've heard the answers. What do you reckon? Thanks for being here, by the way. Of course, it's time away from your business. What do you think about what you've heard today?
I think there's some good answers, yeah. I think it's a few people have touched on the more police visibility, which is definitely very important. And I think, obviously, seeing police about on the street will give all business owners that little bit more security.
You can use our debate to help make your mind up about who you're going to vote for. Polling day is the 2nd of May, and we will be in West Yorkshire and South Yorkshire for more mayoral election debates in the next few weeks.
For now, we'll see you next time.
James Vincent, BBC Look North, Selby.
And you can watch the full debate tonight on BBC One in Yorkshire at 10:40 p.m. That's straight after the Late Look North. Now, doing the laundry, setting a table, even choosing your own music, these are all the things that most of us do on autopilot, aren't they? But for people with learning difficulties, they're major challenges. Now, Hyde Park School, for children with severe and complex needs in Bradford has built a revolutionary classroom to teach life skills. It's been doing it on a shoestring thanks to a lot of help from the local community. Kathy Killick reports.
There's a party atmosphere at Hyde Park School and something heartwarming to celebrate. The teenagers here all have special needs and face huge challenges in their everyday lives. And it's to help them overcome those challenges that one of their classrooms has been transformed into something rather special.
Come and give me a hand. It's all about our young people and welcoming them into our life skills flat. Well done, Elliot.
Parents, staff and pupils are seeing it for the first time.
Wow.
A fully functioning flat has been installed, complete with donated furniture to help the young people learn life skills as they reach adulthood.
Our pupils have been really engaging in life skills within the classroom environment, and we just felt now that due to their progress it was time to put those skills into a real life setting. So that's really where the idea came from, and it just grew and evolved from there, really.
The skills many of us take for granted are hard won when you have disabilities and special needs. Chores become achievements to be proud of. 18-year-old Raza has already got stuck in.
What have you done to help get the flat
Painting.
ready? Did you choose the colour?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to doing in the flat when you start using
Hoovering.
it? Hoovering?
Yeah.
Good man. Anything else?
Washing up. Cooking. Yeah.
Anything particular you're going to cook?
Pasta.
Pasta?
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
The school wants to thank locals as almost everything in the flat has been given by well-wishers who value the work done here and the difference it can make. Kathy Killick, BBC Look North, Bradford.
What a great idea that is. Let's have a look at last night's football now. There were plenty of goals, except at Ellen Road, of course, but Leeds United are back in the top two for now, and a draw is better than losing if you're battling promotion or against relegation. Here's Paul Ogden.
Leeds United's 0-0 draw against Sunderland will be seen by many of their fans as a failure to win rather than a useful point earned. Mind you, if Leeds end up being automatically promoted to the Premier League by a single point in May, this is the kind of night that will suddenly be fondly remembered despite the near misses and non-awards of penalties. At the bottom end of the Championship, a different kind of draw at Hillsborough left Sheffield Wednesday much happier. Having gone 2 early goals behind to Norwich, Wednesday conjured a thrilling late comeback of exactly the kind needed to give their fans ongoing hope of survival. 2 headers from 2 Michaels in the last 12 minutes earned Wednesday a 2-2 draw, first from Ihikwe and then Smith's equaliser. Huddersfield Town did things the other way round in a 4-1 defeat at Preston. Josh Koroma pounced to give Town a promising half-time lead, only for Preston to overpower them in the second half, led by substitute striker Osmajic, who scored 3 times, squeezing Huddersfield back down to the brink of the relegation zone. Those failures to win by both Wednesday and Huddersfield make the jostle to avoid the drop even more claustrophobic, and be warned that picture could worsen temporarily tonight for both if Birmingham do well in their match against Cardiff. In League One last night, a 2-1 defeat at Stevenage for Barnsley limits their ambitions realistically to the playoffs now, rather than automatic promotion dreams. Barnsley took the lead through Adam Phillips' clever lob. Barnsley stay 5th in the table. The big story in League Two is still on. Doncaster Rovers won for a 7th consecutive time by 2-1 against Walsall and move up to 10th position thanks to goals from Joe Ironside and Hakib Adelakun. Right behind them are Harrogate Town in 11th place, but also within sight of the playoff zone, Town's George Thompson scoring one of our best goals of the night to beat Grimsby by 1-0. Paul Ogden, BBC Look North.
One of Yorkshire's most important England players of the modern era, Rachel Daly, has announced her retirement from international football today. She was part of the team that won Euros 2022, but back where it all started, at Killinghall Nomads Junior Football Club in Harrogate, Daly will always be one of their own.
Well, Rachel is just so versatile. She can play in so many different positions. She's funny, and we obviously saw at the Euros final, you know, Rachel up singing and dancing, the camaraderie that she brings to the whole team. I think she'll be sorely missed by a lot of the Lionesses.
Now, Muslims across our region are gathering today to celebrate Eid. The festival marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan. It's a chance for communities to come together and celebrate after 30 days of fasting. It's a time for Muslims to give charity, show kindness and patience, and strengthen their faith.
It's such a wonderful day that everybody gets together we have a diverse community in Leeds, and we have people from all walks of life, and we get together, we pray our Eid prayer.
Eid is a great festival for all Muslims around the world, regardless, not even just Muslims, for everybody, because it's the time that we show love to the needy, we give charity, we make sure everybody gets something to eat.
Well, we are very grateful to our guests tonight who've pulled themselves away from their own Eid celebrations with their families to join us here in the studio. They're 3 women from Bradford who are on a mission to make sure their culture is preserved for the next generation. Ghazala, Tahera and Rabina wanted to pass on their language, music and skills to young people, so they organised a series of workshops and were followed via BBC cameras for a documentary that's airing tonight. Let's take a look.
We're doing a TikTok video, okay? But to be honest with you, I don't know how to use this. I'll ask my daughter. Someone, can you come downstairs, please? I need
The first step in the Aunties' bid to capture youth interest is to post a shout-out about the project on social media.
Can you see this red button? Just pressed.
Technology, I'm rubbish with it.
My name is Rubina, and I'm running this project called Aunties with the Youth. Yeah, basically that's what we're doing.
3 beautiful ladies.
Okay, it's only 15 seconds, so we just...
So we do it longer then, don't we?
Yeah.
I don't know how to even put the computer on.
Just sound a little bit more enthusiastic. Get them reeled in, get them reeled in.
We 3 of us are here today, and we're going to be delivering a unique project in the community.
It's a bit boring, you know? Yeah.
How many attempts did that TikTok take?
Sorry?
How many attempts to do that video?
Quite a few. It took us quite a few.
So many attempts.
But it was really worthwhile.
It was.
Yes, absolutely.
Tahera, this is called the Bradford Aunties.
Yes.
Just explain to us what aunties are in your community? Because we hear that you're a neighbourhood watch from one of the young people.
Yes, yeah. Aunties in our community play a really unique role. They do everything from giving reassurance, you know, fixing things, you know, helping, supporting, lots of things that these aunties, and some of these aunties got their own skills that they come from. So it's a very unique aunties that we are in Bradford, particularly the three of us. Yes.
So, Ghazala, tell me about why you wanted to run this project for young people. What did you feel like they were missing out on?
Yeah, well, you know, this idea came once me, Tahira and Rubina, we were just sitting in the community centre and we were thinking, you know, the youth, they just going away in that sense. I mean, they don't talk to us, you know, with aunties and all that. So we thought we need to bring them together. So that's why, you know, this idea came in our head and we thought we want to do something. So this project came from there.
So you wanted to bring back things like sewing skills,
yes,
those traditional skills, relationships.
I think what we found was there was a gap with the youth and with the, you know, with the aunties. And we were sort of looking at this because we were at the Women's Zone Centre and we were looking, you know, the elderly women who attended, and they were saying, you know, sometimes we don't gel with the younger generation. So the idea came from three of us because we do attend and do works with the women, and that's how it actually came about. You know, from them.
And Rubina, what was the reception from the young people when you told them the sort of skills you wanted to teach them?
Oh, they were
It was
really
mixed, wasn't it?
Yes,
yes, very positive.
Yes, very positive, and they were very happy. The workshop we did, like sewing, it was amazing. They've learned something from that, and they were saying that it's really helpful. As like, you know, some people are students, and some are, you know, away from home. They're living on their own, and these skills really helpful, and they save money as well.
And very briefly, what did you learn from the younger generation? Because we saw you there in a boxing club.
Yes. I think absolutely, Amy, we learned so much from them. Yeah. Actually, we were a bit hesitant. Actually, we were thinking, how will we cope with them? How will we deal with things? But you know, our perception, what we had for the youth, was completely different. But when we actually when we actually took them on a coach trip and all these workshops that we delivered, through them we've exchanged so many ideas and so much love, and the youth are wanting to carry on this, and we are promoting
this tonight, and we'll see what happens, because ladies, we've run out of time. Eid Mubarak, thank you so much for coming in. Enjoy your celebrations.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Well, you can watch it tonight, BBC One, 11:25, and that's straight after the election debate, and you can also watch it on the BBC iPlayer as well.
Thank you.
OK, let's talk pond life, shall we? Snails, to be precise, because you might not know, but there's a certain type of freshwater snail that's disappeared from our lakes because of pollution. At York's Askham College, they're breeding some of these aquatic animals in a bid to bring them back from extinction. But as you might expect, in the snail kingdom, nothing happens very fast. Heidi Tomlinson reports.
Moving at a snail's pace in no particular direction, the first glutinous snail in England for 30 years. These fragile freshwater molluscs are being bred at Askham College in York as part of a project to reintroduce them to England.
We know that they live maybe 2 years, they eat algae and they like clean water. That's about it.
Why are they important then?
By preventing the algae blooming, they're keeping the water clean. They also strip algae off of plants, so the plants benefit from these guys as well, not just the animals. And they act as a food source for some animals as well.
So essential algae consumers, but these tiny invertebrates have been killed off by water pollution.
This is the glutinous snail notebook.
In the UK, they only exist in one Welsh lake and one conservationist breeding programme.
Here, we've managed to breed it successfully in a bathtub.
Moving the snails to York was a delicate process because their paper-thin shells crack easily.
Put the snails into this jug, teasing them gently off the side with this brush.
The fragile escargots survived the journey, 12 delivered to Askham, 6 adults and 6 minute snailings.
I didn't expect them to be this small. They're tiny, aren't they?
Yeah, they are quite small, but when they first hatch out, they're about the size of a full stop, so they do grow quite a bit. You know, if we grow as much as these guys do over the course of life, it'd be quite something.
Well, I've learned something new today, and that is that most snails are hermaphrodites, which means that they have both male and female sex organs, but they still need another snail to reproduce. And the end result of that is this egg pod that you can see on the inside of the jar. That might produce around 7 snails, a slimy slither in the right direction towards bringing one of Europe's most endangered animals back from the brink of extinction. Heidi Tomlinson, BBC Look North, York.
Well, I never. Paul's here now with the forecast. Oh, it's been another miserable day, hasn't it?
I was just going to say, it's good weather for snails, but it's going to be dry tomorrow. Yes. Let's just grab it. What could possibly go wrong? Let's start with the beautiful sunrise. Look at that in Murfield. This was about 6:30 this morning, and an even better one in Skipton. Whoever the roaming hind is, very lucky in that camper van in Skipton, seeing that beautiful sunrise. So a nice day tomorrow, and actually over the next few days rainfall amounts will be quite small. That will make a change. If you've got any pictures you want to get on the telly, on X, Instagram and on the Weather Watcher website. So there will be cloud around at times tomorrow, but it will be dry, and temperatures could actually nudge 19 degrees in the brighter spots with some sunshine at times. Now this is the weather front that will bring patchy rain Thursday night, another weak one on Friday night, one late on Saturday, but all these features are very weak and any rain won't amount to very much at all. Now there's the warm front, the radar. That was the warm front that brought the patchy rain. We've got a little cold front to bring some patchy rain overnight. Again, amounts of rain will be quite small, and it is going to be very mild. Once that cold front clears, a few breaks in the cloud, but these are the nighttime temperatures, really quite high for mid-April, around 12 Celsius. That is 54 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow's high water times in Filey, 6:50 at Bridlington at 6:59. So yes, a dry day tomorrow. There will be variable amounts of cloud. Any sunshine could be quite hazy, but there will be some reasonable sunny breaks, and with a moderate southwest wind it will feel quite warm for the time of the year. Just take a look at these temperatures. 17 in Ripon, but 19 from Leeds through Doncaster down to Sheffield and Chesterfield, and a very nice day along the coast as well. And it sets us up for a fine, bright and mild evening tomorrow evening before this weak front brings a bit of patchy rain Thursday night. That's out of the way to leave Friday mostly dry with some sunshine too, so it's picking up a bit. About time too. When you're up tonight feeding baby, watch the Bradford Aunties. That looks as though it's going to be brilliant, doesn't it? It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's a really good watch. And that is it from us. Keely's here with your late news. Bye-bye for now.